Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer, also known as My Injury Guy, Scott DeSalvo here, shooting you another video on this extremely rainy and gloomy day. But the topic of today's video is one that I was talking to a client about on the phone the other day. And he wanted to know, and it's a good question. I'm not sure I did a video on this yet, but his question was, can I be compensated for future medical care? So in other words, let's say we settle the case now and you need medical care after the case settles. Or let's say we go to trial and we win your case. Can we get money for future medical care? So let's say, for example, just to make it a very clear example, not saying whether this guy is in this, the guy I was talking to is in this exact situation. And just so you know, when I use hypotheticals or examples in my videos, I change the details, I change the facts, but they're all motivated by actual people I've represented. But this way, no one from the insurance company or a defense attorney or anyone else can ever really know who I was talking about. So I keep it random like that. So just so you know. Anyway, just to make it clear, like let's say we go to trial and you need a future surgery. Now, there's two categories of future medical care. There's the future medical care that we know about, and then there's possible future medical care in the future that we don't know about. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say your doctor says you need a surgery and we go to trial and you need a surgery in the future, and after the surgery you're going to need 10 to 12 weeks of therapy and pain medication, but the statistics say that after that you should be pretty good, maybe two doctor visits a year for checkups and maintenance. Well, because we have a medical opinion, the nuts and bolts of it is we need a medical opinion stating that you're going to need that future medical care, or that the doctor has to be able to express to a reasonable degree of medical certainty that you're going to need that medical care in the future. So if your doctor testifies to it or writes it in a report, then we can claim it and ask for it, and there's no reason why the judge or jury or insurance company should not account for it in a settlement, right? Or in a verdict at trial, or in an arbitration or mediation award. Okay? So those are things to think about. But what's the other example? The other example is when we're not sure. So I was talking to a lady who had a car accident, and we got her a fantastic settlement. So if you watch some of my videos, you'll know that it's tough out there. Like, insurance companies fight these injury cases. They fight cases that they should be settling at this point. Like dead clear cases, I don't care, I'll litigate them. But my goal is to get you money as fast as possible and as much as possible. My goal is not to, hold out for $2,000 and make you wait 2 years to get $2,000 more dollars. That usually makes no sense, okay? But, insurance companies know it, and they pinch you. And so, but in this lady's case, we got a home run. Like, she had very little medical care, a brief period of time off work, returned to work, been back to work for 5 months with no follow-up medical care, no pain, no disability, no nothing. No difficulty performing her normal activities in her life, nothing. But she didn't want to sign off on the settlement. And so we gave her a conference call schedule, and we talked on the phone. And she said, like, well, here's my concern. Like, I agree with you. This seems like a really good settlement, and I trust you. I know you're an excellent lawyer. I trust you. But, what if I need to go back to therapy sometime in the future? And that's when I explained to her what I'm going to explain to you. Right now, her last doctor visit says, done with treatment, excellent recovery, return if you have any problems. 5 months after that, no return to the doctor, no pain medication, no complaints of pain, able to work without complaints of pain. Now, is it theoretically possible that she might need therapy in the future? Is it theoretically possible that the back strain, the pain that she's feeling, will get worse and cause her to have to go to the doctor again at some point in her life? Because, this wasn't an old lady. This wasn't an older lady. This was like early middle-aged lady, I would say. So she's got plenty of life and plenty of things to do yet here on Earth, God willing. That's my point. Like, we can't just ask for hypothetical money that we might need in the future unless her doctors say we need it, right? And so that's why in cases where somebody has a serious permanent injury, it's always important for your lawyer to line up a witness who will quantify and testify as to the future medical needs. So a lot of times historically, we would rely on a surgeon to do that for us. So we would pay the doctor, your surgeon if it's a surgical case, or your main treater if it's just a general case, and they would talk to you. They treated you, so they're familiar with the case. They review your medical charts, so they remember the medical. And then I would take a deposition of them, and I'd ask them, is this a permanent injury to any extent? To what extent is it? Will there be future medical care needs? What will they be? How likely are they to happen? And what are the costs, the approximate costs for those services these days? And then, if a treating doctor gives me that testimony, then we can get it into evidence and we can request it. But what I've noticed is doctors and surgeons especially are just not willing to do to test. They want to come in and collect their $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for an hour or two of testimony, and they want to stick just to what's in the medical chart. They don't want to rely on their recollection. They don't want to rely on their, on anything, and they don't want to say, okay, yes, when this person was discharged, they still had a 3 out of 10 pain, and I would anticipate that they still have a 3 out of 10 pain. No, they're going to go along with what the defense attorney asks them. Well, doctor, the fact that the client did not return at any point, even though you told them that they could, with the 3 out of 10 pain, would you say that it's likely that their pain is completely resolved? It's a question that defense attorneys ask all the time, and unfortunately, too many treating doctors say yes. They say, yes, I anticipate that they've fully recovered. Even though on their last visit, there's still disability and pain. And, that does not help your recovery. It does not help us settle the case. It does not help us add value to the case so that we're able to get you full value. And that's why I'm saying these days, like a lot of times, if it's a serious permanent injury with a lot of future medical, it makes economic sense for us to go out and hire a reviewing doctor to examine you and give us opinions on your future medical needs. If your future medical needs add up to $50,000 and it's going to cost us, let's say, $2,000 or $3,000 to get that $50,000 opinion into evidence, then it makes economic sense to do it. Okay? So anyway, that's how that works. If we know about future medical care needs and you have expert witness support, usually from a doctor, saying that you'll need it in the future, and a statement of, the approximate price, then yeah, we can claim it and we can definitely get it. But if if no doctor or medical professional has told you that you'll need future medical care and you're just worried that you might, the law won't really allow us to go get it without a medical opinion. So that's how that works. I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Hope you and your family are well. Please stay tuned to the end of this video because I have some great information that injured people all over the country are watching and tools that they're using that I give for free, and people really like it, and it really helps a lot of people. So you might want to check it out, and hopefully it'll help you too. So once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you or anyone you know has been hurt in an accident and needs a lawyer, or even just has questions, give me a call anytime, day or night, at 312-500-4500. You can call me anytime, day or night, and the consultation is free. That's 312-500-4500. Or if you're not ready to talk to a lawyer, I made 2 great tools that really help people out that you can use for free on my website. The links are in the description. The first one is called the Case Cash Calculator, and it tells you what your case might be worth. The other is called the Good Case Calculator, and it tells you whether you might have a good case or you might have a case with some challenges. The best part is that they're 100% free to use on my website, and it only takes you 20 seconds flat to answer 7 multiple choice questions right off the top of your head. And then you get custom information about your particular injury situation fast and for free. So check them out, links in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new videos every week, and this way you'll get notice of them. And if you have a question you'd like answered in a video, just leave a comment with your question in the comments section. Finally, if you enjoy my videos or if I've helped you in any way, I hope you'll consider doing me a favor. Injury law is a very competitive field, and I like having a small independent firm so I can help people who need it. People really rely on Google reviews when deciding who to hire, so I hope you'll consider leaving me a 5-star review on Google. It only takes a few seconds, but it's a favor to me that I would really appreciate. The link is in the description. You just go to that link, click 5 stars, say a kind word, hit submit, and you're done. Once again, I hope you and your family are well, and if anyone you know needs an injury lawyer or has questions, please send them my way by calling 312-500-4500. Thanks again for watching. Take care.
312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give them a try. Call my injury guy.
Call my injury guy.
312-500-4500.